How did I come up with it? It actually came up. Two things happened. When I was 25, I left my church. From the age of 16, 17 to about 25, I was tried to be a very committed Christian. But one day, I felt myself like transitioning, like, hey, like I was realizing I was changing as a person. There was this particular lifestyle no longer made me happy. So abandoning or pushing that aside, not totally abandoning it. There's a lot of great aspects of Christianity that, it keeps you being, it makes you a kind person and not being a jerk. So that was one aspect. When you close one door, another door opens, or something else fills that gap. So I kind of embrace just other ideas of thinking or other possibilities of like the origins of things or other possibilities of living your life. And the second aspect was one of my mentors, Denise Tomasis. She actually recently passed away like about 2 months ago. She just really advised me harshly to really push like she called it visual vernacular. Like you have this cartoony thing that you do and you tend to not embrace that, thinking it's not serious enough. Embrace it and be ambitious, paint on a wall. And I was like, awesome. So those two things, me embracing other particular ideas, particularly religious ideas, and embracing like my natural sort of cartoony drawings, and then obviously those two discoveries kind of met together, and then like I realized, hey, there's this interesting therianthropic trickster thing that I'm very much interested in. I mean, one link would most likely be the coyote from Native American mythology. He's known as a trickster or also a raven. And there's many like Hindu deities are usually have, that the elephant head
half
or
animal,
monkey
half
head.
human.
Yeah, a lot of arms. So there's a lot of different like things that sort of like appropriate and pick and choose from. So, specifically a Chihuahua. One, I love dogs. I don't think I'm a dog person. I just think the idea of a dog, like I think dogs aren't just man's best friend. I think dogs are man's best creation, because like everything about a dog is sort of, I don't say man-made, but man-manipulated.
Okay.
Because they all came from wolves thousands and thousands of years ago, but there's so many of them. There's a Chihuahua, there's Shih Tzus, and then there's a German Shepherd and a Pit Bull. Like, how are they related? So this sort of like idea of like almost like not Frankenstein, but this sort of manipulation of like, we love this animal and we want to like create our own ideal version of it. But again, particularly Chihuahua, is because my stepmother has several dogs. She has 3 dogs. One of them is a Chihuahua, and every time I come into the house, her house, this dog would just run at me, start barking at me. Sort of play of going back and forth happens, sort of like ping pong or tennis. But eventually, after like a few hours, she leaves me alone and just ends up sleeping on my lap. Just kind of cute and adorable. I was like, this is an interesting sort of little creature that's challenging me, but at the end of the day, kind of just sleeps on my lap. I think an image of a Chihuahua is very approachable, and I think I want my work to be fairly approachable, because I think some of the content is kind of heavy. So having heavy content and heavy imagery is a bad combination, in my opinion. So I think for me to have heavy content, I think I need sort of like light-hearted imagery, so people can approach it and want to talk about it and kind of like have fun with it.